make you so special? Why did he bless you? Think about it. I woke up this morning. Got a smile when I say that shit. I woke up this morning. Go.
I feel like I always take a drink before, like, starting it.
Clears the throat, I guess.
Yeah, maybe that's why. Or, like, just, like, a weird, like, routine thing.
Oh, yeah,
developed over time. One of the two. But we are live for episode whatever. I don't even know what it is.
Okay.
Allie Nischbach. Allie Nischbach. Like, names just sound better in British accent.
I don't know about that.
No?
I feel like they sound kind of weird.
Allie Nischbach. I also
sound like a soccer commentator.
Well, we actually, we were talking about the World Cup. I was wondering before, like, do you think some referees have to, like, know certain languages? Do you ever think about that during the World Cup?
Yeah, I do kind of think about that sometimes, and, like, I don't know. Because, like, so there was a game, I don't remember who was playing, but it was all, like, American refs. And, like, I don't know if, like, well, they get paid a lot, so maybe they do need to know, like, other languages and stuff, you know? To, like, be a World Cup ref, you think you need to, like, have, like, credentials and stuff for, like, that. I don't know. So maybe they do know other languages, or maybe there's people, like, in their ears, like, saying, you know, like, stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, the control room or whatever.
What about, like, all the people, like, getting up in their faces, like, yelling at them?
Right, I don't know. That's, like, wild.
Like, there was a specific game, Belgium versus Japan, and I was like, what language is, like, the, like, I guess, common ground? Or,
yeah.
Like, what are they speaking?
I mean, I guess you have to, like, know, in a general sense, like, what they're talking about, because if, like, you make a call, like, obviously you know, like, they're going to be mad about this call, and they're going to be mad. You can just be, like, I don't know.
You're just listening to, like, their tone?
Yeah, you can just be like, no, and then just keep moving on. I mean, you don't really see them, like, talking really much with them, like, a lot, but, like, I don't know, it's kind of wild.
Yeah. That would just be, like, kind of bizarre, like, getting yelled at in, like, 4 different languages.
Right,
You're
right,
like,
right.
Okay, calm down. I don't know what any of you are saying.
Yeah.
It's like, I speak one language and you're not speaking it. So calm down.
Right.
Well, what did you think of this last World Cup? And by the time this actually comes out, the World Cup will be, like, long gone, but
yeah,
it's still fun to talk about. So.
Yeah. I don't know, like, the World Cup is always super fun because it's, like, isn't it, like, the biggest sporting event, like, watched, like, ever?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like...
Have you ever looked at it, like, in comparison to, like...
the Super Bowl and stuff like that?
Way more.
Yeah, it's insane. So, it's, like, always...
I'll pull that up while you're making...
Okay. It's always, like, fun because all, like, the countries come together and, like, root for their own and stuff, but it kind of sucked that we weren't in it, obviously, so wasn't that, like, great for us.
Yeah, it was kind of sad.
Yeah. But it was actually, like, really annoying, I think. Because, like, we're supposed to be, like, really good, I feel. And then we just... I don't know. Like, I was annoyed by it, that we, like, lost and couldn't go through, so...
Well, we blew it to, like, some no-name team.
Yeah, who was it?
Was it Trinidad Tobago? Was that it?
I think it was something like that, yeah. I feel like it was that. And it's, like, it's wild, because, like, we're the United States, and, like, the women win the World Cup and stuff like that, and, like, we can't even, like, get through the qualifiers. It's, like, really annoying.
Yeah. Well, there's a kid on the U.S. team now who's, I think he's your age. He went to Dominic. I literally just learned about this guy the other day.
Is it Josh Sargent?
That is it. That's it, yeah.
Yeah. That's, like, wild, because a lot of my friends from my club team actually, like, knew him and, like, went to school with him for, like, and they saw him in the hallways, and I guess he was, like, a big deal when he went to their school still, but, like, they're like, yeah, I used to see him in the hallways and stuff like that, and I'm like, that is actually pretty wild that someone's just, like, 15 miles away from us, and now they're on the U.S. men's team.
Yeah, that is wild. That's crazy.
Yeah. Like, you don't think that people from Missouri just go out and, you know, be on national soccer teams and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Like, same upbringing, like, same area. Yeah. It's weird to think that somebody at, like, that level, not that I'm somebody that, like, gets super starstruck or anything, but it's, like, weird to think, like, we know the same roads back home. Like, is that a weird thought?
Like, the same with Becky Sauerbrunn. She played on my club team, actually.
Who's that?
She's on the U.S. men's team.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. She played for my club team here in St. Louis. So.
No way. So you know her personally?
No.
Wait, I
Just
think
like,
you meant your actual club.
Oh,
like,
no.
Okay.
Yeah, I met her like once when I was like 11 or something, but other than that, no.
Is it weird to think like you remember meeting her at 11 years old, but like she probably doesn't remember you at all?
Idea. Yeah. She has no clue.
Can't get discouraged.
No.
That's funny. Well, yeah, the FIFA World Cup. I don't know like what year this was. This could be like kind of biased to like favor the World Cup, but it's a considerable difference. The FIFA World Cup had 700 million viewers. I feel like I would expect more. Honestly.
Yeah.
Like a worldwide thing like that with all the countries, like.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there would be a lot more people, but.
That's the World Cup final, by the way.
Oh, okay.
And then the NFL Super Bowl had, looks like about like 150 million.
Yeah, you'd think that it'd be a lot more.
Honestly, that doesn't really blow the NFL, like the Super Bowl, out of the waters too much, considering like how many people in the world. Like if you look at that percentage of the world versus percentage of America, that's way higher.
Right. But still.
Soccer's better.
Yeah.
It's funny. Well, it was bizarre this last World Cup too, because Messi and Ronaldo both played. I think it's gonna be their last game, at least maybe not of like the Euros or like the Copa America, but I think it's gonna be their last World Cup game for both of them, and they both got knocked out on the exact same day.
Yeah, it's actually wild because like I don't know, like you grow up like seeing these players and stuff, and then you just watch like their last games. It's like actually kind of like sad. Like you get kind of sad because it's like you know that they played soccer their entire lives as well, and it's just like over.
True.
Like it's crazy.
I just love watching those two play.
Yeah, me too.
I haven't seen a ton of them because I don't watch too much soccer. I more just like watch highlights, but they're just beautiful watching them play.
I know. It's okay. So like Messi or Ronaldo.
I was just about to ask you. Oh wow. I don't know. Like me personally, I would say my entire life I thought Messi was better. And I just think he has like a flair to him. The way he dribbles is just like almost godly. Like I don't think the world's ever seen anybody who can dribble like Lionel Messi.
Yeah.
But I don't know. In recent years, I think Ronaldo's definitely done better in recent years, and I think Ronaldo can play on any team. I don't know if Messi would be as successful if he left Barca.
Yeah. I definitely think Messi, like 100%. I think that Ronaldo is kind of like a showman.
Kind of like a showboat? Like,
yeah.
Flashy?
And I don't like that. And it might just be like a personal thing. That's why I like Messi better. But I think Ronaldo's kind of like full of himself.
Okay. No, that's fair.
Yeah. And I don't know. I just like Messi better.
Okay. No, that's super fair. Especially how famous Ronaldo is. Like Messi seems extremely humble.
Yeah. I agree. I think he doesn't like, he's like in it for the game.
Yeah.
That's why I like him.
He doesn't seem to like the like publicity as much.
Yeah. I think he's like quiet.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, like going off of that, I literally just learned this like the other day, actually on a podcast. But Messi has Asperger's. Like I don't know like how mild it is, how severe it is, but like Messi has Asperger's, which I don't know if that's the reason he's maybe a little bit like socially not incapable, but like more socially reserved.
Yeah. In
comparison to like a lot of other people. But I think my friend was saying that that's the reason he's able to like hyper focus on soccer.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
I had no idea. That's wild. And like everyone who like talks about him is like, yeah, he's the nicest guy, like all this stuff, like a great teammate and stuff like that. So I don't know. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is wild. What are your thoughts on Neymar? If you don't like the showboat kind of deal with Ronaldo.
Okay, so like I like Neymar, but I think I like Neymar because I think he's cute.
Okay. What about Ronaldo? I feel like all the girls love Ronaldo.
I think he's too much of like a pretty boy.
Okay. I feel like Neymar is even more of a pretty boy.
I don't think so.
Really?
I don't know. I like guys with like bleached hair, and he had bleached hair this World Cup. And so I don't know. Like it's just kind of weird, but that's why.
What about the frosted tips? I think Ronaldo had frosted tips at one point.
They're all right. I don't know. I just have this weird thing against Ronaldo. I don't know why.
Okay, no, that's fair. That's super fair. I like that because I feel like every girl, whenever you bring up Ronaldo, like they don't actually know anything about him. More so girls that like don't play soccer.
Yeah.
But they'll be like like, I don't know, like, much about, like, who he is as a player. They don't know any other players, but they're like, Ronaldo's hot, though.
Oh, yeah.
So I like that you're against the group. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, Jolly Rancher's slogan, I learned this the other day, is keep on sucking. I came across their Twitter page the other day, and I was like, what the hell? And they just keep, like, hashtagging keep on sucking.
Yeah. I watch the commercials, and every time I see it, I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, I just don't...
Oh, so they have it in their commercials?
Yeah,
too?
they do. I don't know, honestly. I'd rather not just think about it. Because I think it's so weird. I don't know.
Do you think it's like a marketing slogan to, like, make people talk about it? Like, we're talking about it now.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Like... I don't know. It's like something that stays in your brain. You have to like think about it and be like, wait, what?
Yeah, true. Keep on sucking.
Yeah.
That's goofy.
Right.
Well, apparently, like if you like suck on a Jolly Rancher and then like stick it on somebody's window, apparently they can't get it off their window without shattering their window.
Really?
Apparently.
I'd never heard that before.
I went through a phase in high school. Like, I think this is probably during junior, senior wars. Did you guys do that much? Junior, senior wars?
Yeah, we did a little bit, but like at the beginning of the year, there was some like drama with it, so people had to be like careful. So it was annoying, kind of.
Okay. It's probably for the best.
Yeah, I guess so, but
I don't know if you heard, but my year there was a deer head that was like left in the school somewhere.
Yeah, deer head, and then the body was in the parking lot.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, why?
You know who did that?
I do know who did it, but I'm not gonna say his name here.
Wow.
That's crazy because they put it in their backpack for the day.
What?
Yeah. And then they just like I guess they put it in their backpack for. I don't know if they did it in the beginning of the day or what, but they hid it in their backpack until they threw it in this part where like no cameras were.
It was in the staircase next to the library.
Yep.
Right in front of the small gym. And, like, it was at the end of the day. Because I remember everyone was trying to get out. And we... Like,
you're right. It was the end of the day. Oh, yeah. My God.
And, like, no one could, like, go down those stairs.
Because I remember everybody was getting out. And then the deer body was there. So this was, like, a planned thing. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It was super strange. Like, everyone was like, why would you do that? Like, what's even the point?
Oh, that's messed up.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Right.
Could you imagine, like, imagine how much attention it would get? This would probably be on the news if they did, like, a dog or something.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be messed up.
Right. It's messed up. It's a deer.
Yeah, true. Absolutely. But, like, I just imagine the reactions of, like, a deer versus a dog.
Right.
Like, certain animals, people just have these biases towards it. They're just like... You motherfucker!
Yeah.
I love dogs.
Right. I don't know. It was strange for sure. And that's funny that you say that because, like, I remember that. I don't even remember how old I was. But I remember it because I thought it was so strange.
That's bizarre.
Yeah.
It's just morbid. It's like a really morbid joke.
Yeah, like, you got a deer and then you, like, cut it in half. Like, he, like, took the time to do that.
Yeah.
Like, that's weird.
The whole time he's just sawing.
Right.
It's just like, oh, everybody's gonna love it.
This is gonna be funny.
I'm gonna be popular. I'm gonna be cool.
Like, that's so strange to me.
Oh, it's bizarre. Yeah, but the only reason I even brought that up was because I learned that probably during junior senior wars because we were just going through like everything online, like how you could like mess with people.
Yeah.
And that one I was the deer thing was definitely not in that list.
Yeah.
Like that's so unethical. I never would have thought of that. But that was something also that was like unethical. I was like, yeah, let's not shatter somebody's window.
Right. That's messed up.
Let's not put sugar in their gas tank.
Right. Stuff that has to like cost them money and stuff. Oh my gosh, junior senior was when I was a junior. So I was the only like person who was 4 years on varsity. Okay. On soccer, so I was like
respect.
Thanks. So I was like friends with all like the older girls. So. And they always had to like drive me places so they knew where my house was. Okay. And so my junior year, I came home from school and my dad was at home already for some reason. And I walked up to my room and they had just completely trashed my room. They put toilet paper all over the place.
How did they get in?
My dad let them in.
Oh.
So I was like, Dad, why in the world would you let these people in when you know that they're gonna like just destroy my room? And he was like, oh, I don't know. I was like, well thanks.
Didn't think that one through, Dad. Come on.
Yeah, so that's my junior senior wars experience.
Well, at least they didn't put a dead deer in your...
Right. Right.
That's funny. Yeah, they never got inside my house.
Only, did they get you outside or what?
Actually, like one of the craziest nights of my life. Probably till the day I die, this will be one of the craziest nights of my life. It was junior, senior wars. I went out that night. We TP'd probably like 17 houses. We got a ton of houses.
Jesus.
And we got back at like 3, 4 in the morning. And by that time, we were just exhausted. And so it was 6 of us, 3 juniors and 3 seniors. So like we didn't care.
Yeah.
We were messing everybody's house. We got so many seniors. We probably got some sophomores. Did not follow the rules.
Yeah.
We just took it as the excuse. So from there, there 3 of us were laying down, and my mom is about to like go to bed. I guess she like checks the front door or something to lock it, and she walks out and she sees that we're getting like my car's getting like tampon pads like put on there, like it's getting saran wrapped. And we saw the kid, and at the time I didn't really get along with this guy, and so I was like, oh no, like we're getting him. So me and the 3 seniors, the 3 juniors were too exhausted, so they just went to bed. But me and the 3 seniors walked downstairs really quietly, like crept around the side of my house and started sprinting after him. So we started sprinting after him, and we just wanted to like just catch him. And I don't even know what we would have done if we caught him. Like,
you didn't catch him?
I don't know, but so we get them to a point that one of them goes to the car and the other one sprints off the other way.
Okay.
So we decided to get in our car because we figured they'd like and just chase the car. So this started out as a foot race and it turned into a car chase. So we get in this car and we're just chasing after this other car, knowing that he has to wait around until he gets until he gets his friend.
Oh yeah.
So then we just made a game out of it. We like took it so seriously. Basically, long story short, we ended up chasing this guy around at 5 a.m., mind you, or 4 a.m., whatever time it is. And just like going like 60 through neighborhoods, being stupid high school kids. There was a point where we trapped him in. Because to be honest, my buddy that like we were riding with was a better driver than the person we were chasing. So he ended up like trapping him in this like street cul-de-sac. Okay. So and he had nowhere to go. So he drives up through like 3-4 people's yards. And we find out a few days later that we got 17 cop calls on us because I find this like was like through the wire. But one of my friends. A friend of a friend that went to our school he's like shadowing for police or something. He always wanted to be a police officer. Yeah. And he was shadowing for the police that night, and he was like on call, and he got 17 calls about this instance. Oh my gosh. But no cops ever came. Like we were doing this for like an hour and a half too. Jesus. Like it was wild, but yeah, apparently 17 calls. Yeah, you're lucky that like you didn't get in trouble. That's wild. We really could have gotten like screwed for that. Yeah, for real. That's insane. What were your thoughts on high school? Just your experience. I don't know. High school, it was alright. Like, it was easy, I guess, for the most part. But it was just kind of like, I didn't like it at all. Like, it wasn't like the best 4 years of your life for me. Mm-hmm. It was just kind of like trying to find, like, your group of people, but, like, never finding a group of people, pretty much. So, yeah, it was just, like, a whole bunch of, like, fake people, a whole bunch of drama that I was, like, never really a part of, but, like, all of your friends are kind of in it, so like you always know the drama and stuff like that. And I'm not really like a person about drama. Like I hate it. I think it's like so annoying and childish. So that was like another thing. I thought high school was so like childish, pretty much. Like I didn't like it at all. Yeah, I would say the same thing. Like I really learned from high school like not to really care what people think and not to judge other people. Yeah. Because I just feel like it's such a judgmental environment that I didn't really like that at all. Yeah, 100%. Really cliquey. Yeah. Probably comments. Sorry, I cut you off. No, it's okay. What are you going to say? Probably common complaints like across the board. I feel like most people kind of feel that way. Like how cliquey it is, how judgy it is. Right. Like, I forget what I was going to say. That's my bad. I forget. It happens to me all the time. All the time. Yeah, I lost it. That's alright. I used to like be that way when I was younger. Like I would just like zone out all the time. Yeah. Like mid-sentence too. Yeah. I don't know what I was gonna say. Oh, well, I'll hit you with the question. What's the worst name to name your child?
Worst name?
There's so many bad names.
I know. I feel like there are, like, a lot of names that, like, people get made fun of for. Like old names, like old people names. Like Gertrude and stuff like that.
Oh.
Like, stuff that's, like, not with the times, I feel.
Okay.
Like, I feel like no one names a kid, like, Sandra anymore. You know?
Sandra. It's funny how, like, every one of these names, like, paints a mental picture in your mind.
Yeah, like, I feel like, and, like, what are those, like, oh, I don't even know. Like, Olga. Like, names like
Olga.
that. like weird names like that.
You're going up some awesome names, by the way.
Like, there's just some, like, memories that you just think of, and you're like, wow, if I ever name my kid that, like, they're gonna be, like, screwed for, like, their whole life.
Olga sounds like she's, like, 90 years old and she's married to a lumberjack. I don't know why.
Or one of those, like, Russian ladies with, like, a unibrow.
Yeah. Sits home, like, sewing all day.
Yeah. So, like, old ass names like that, I feel.
That's funny. Gertrude. Yeah, I would say the same thing. Cause, like, I've always liked the names, like, the people that you don't need a last name. You know what I mean? I feel like they're just, like, they're, like, easier to remember.
Yeah. I don't know, like,
Do you know Debo? Did you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been on this podcast before, but he's somebody that came to mind. Like, everybody knew Debo.
Yeah.
And then nobody even knew his last name for, like, I knew his full name, personally. I could say it if you want.
Let's hear it.
Adebo Wale Adesei Adegunle.
That's wild.
I think that's but,
that is a cool name.
Just Debo. That's all I needed. Just Debo.
And everyone knew who it was. I mean, kind of like Nish, I guess. Like,
Sure.
that even is that is, like, kind of my last name, but no one even knew my first name.
Right.
So, it's kind of just like, oh, Nish is coming, and
there are a million Alleys, but Nish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I hated it.
That's funny, because I used to go by Fish.
Really?
Fish and Nish. That's awesome.
That is funny.
I totally forgot that. What do you think the dumbest thing to judge someone else for?
I think looks. I think that's really annoying, actually, because it's kind of like they can't really help it, for one, and two, it's like, why? Like, what are you judging? Like, are you judging based on other people's looks and stuff like that? Because, like, everyone's their own person, and I just don't like when other people, like, judged for how they look and stuff.
Absolutely.
I think it's so annoying.
What about, like, if they can control it, like maybe like obesity?
I don't know. Like, it's kind of just like it's their life.
That's how I feel. Yeah.
Like, it's not really your place to be like, oh, well, you need to work out, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's kind of like your life. You can do whatever you want. I hate when people, like, talk about people being fat or too skinny or blah, blah, blah. It's like, why are you talking about it? It's not your body.
True. It's really only a problem if they see it as a problem, right?
Right.
Like maybe you're hyper-focusing on, like, their weight whenever they're, like, an awesome computer programmer.
Right.
Like, something random.
Right. And I think that's, like, a big problem in today's, like, people are too worried about, like, what other people think that what they look like, and it's kind of like, if you were happy with how you look yourself, then you wouldn't worry about what other people think.
Yeah, it's a good point.
So.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, do you think like, as a female, like, you get judged a lot more too?
On looks?
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Does that has to create insecurity?
It does.
Like, maybe not at certain points you might feel better, but, like,
yeah,
at times too, you're like just constantly worrying about your appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can only imagine that.
Yeah, and it's like even on my Instagram and stuff, like, I have to, like, get the best, like, edit and the best all this stuff because I want to, like, get as many likes as I can, and I guess that's, like, my problem is, like, I care, like, about the likes too much or, like, my followers too much, so I try to, like, look really good because that's what, like, people want to see on, like, my Instagram is they want to see, like good outfits and makeup and stuff like that. Somebody like
attractive and somebody you'd want to be friends with or whatever. Yeah. Well, there's a huge incentive for you to do so, and same with guys. I mean, it's both ways, but
right.
Yeah, that's really tricky because I feel like I agree. I don't know if that's, like, an American thing or what.
What do you mean, like
being judged on, like, appearance so much?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Well, now there's, like, a thing that I can. So all the guys on the men's team, you know how like from different places or whatever, they all
the men's soccer team at the school
at my school, they're like all like they're the most judgmental people I've ever met.
Really?
Yeah, about girls' looks and stuff. The most judgmental I've ever met.
So like you being around that, and those are like, I'm assuming those are some of a lot of the guys you hang out with, like whenever you're at school.
Yeah, they're like my friends and stuff. Yeah.
Like how? I guess my question for you: how does that make you feel to be around and be like, wow, this is how guys think? Like guys, guys think this way, to where they're like judging girls and their appearance so much. So
like I think about. I feel like I'm constantly like, why are you saying that? Like, I say this to them, I'm like, why would you say that? Like, why are you saying this about other people? Stuff like that. And it's like, makes me think like, oh, well, if they think that about her, what do they think about me? That's like my thing, is like, if they're saying that, like, what are they saying when I'm not here?
Exactly.
So that's like a big deal. And it's like strange that they like, I don't even know.
Because you know they're saying something.
Right.
They have an opinion.
Right. They definitely do. And they definitely, because I have, another, like, my best friend in the world, he's on the men's soccer team, he's like my gay best friend. He's like my greatest friend in the entire world, and I've only known him for like a year. And he like tells me what like they say sometimes, like in the locker room and stuff, like obviously not all of it, because it's like that's the guy's time or whatever, but like I definitely hear like what they say and like what they think about people and stuff like that. So like it's like eye-opening kind of. It's like, well, do I really want to hang out with them anymore and stuff like that? Okay. Because of how judgmental and stuff they are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's definitely an eye-opener for sure.
That's it. I think that creates insecurity like across the board too, like for like guys and girls, because like I feel like as a guy, like and because I personally, like, I don't know why, but I've just never, I don't know if it's because I grew up with sisters or what, but I've just never seen the world that way. To like I've had friends like that they're just like very, very judgmental and like looks alone. I'm like you're judging her, but I know her, and she's actually a really cool person if you take the time to get to know her. Like, she's really good at art or whatever. Yeah. She's good at X, Y, and Z. Yeah. And whenever you're a guy, it creates insecurity for the guy as well, because you're realizing like, okay, there's a girl I just met that I really like, and then questions like, is she hot enough? Yeah, is she good looking enough? Like, will my friends find her attractive? And then none of that should matter. Right. You shouldn't you should be able to like care or like who you like, love who you love, whatever, like without somebody like judging you for that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's so annoying. And I've definitely seen that happen many times before. Like this guy on the men's soccer team actually, it likes this girl, and some guys think she's like weird or whatever and blah blah blah, and this guy's like been hanging out with her a lot, and so when he's not with her, he's like, oh, I don't like her, blah blah blah, stuff like that. Like he tries to like play it off, but then like you see on his Instagram he posts like, oh, I miss blah 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 all the time and stuff like that, and they're always posting pictures together and stuff. So like he tries to act like that he's like trying to play down like his relationship with her because of what his friends think.
Nobody should feel that way.
I know. It's so annoying.
That's true. I feel bad for that dude. That's ridiculous.
But it's also like, why do you care that much? If you actually did like her as much as you like are saying that you do, like on social media and stuff, then why does it matter what they think anyways?
True.
So I don't know.
Like, nobody should feel insecure about who they choose to spend their time with. Right. Because I mean, ultimately, like, I don't know. The way I see it is like, we're all gonna get ugly one day. We're all gonna get old. Yeah. You know, like, we're all gonna get wrinkly. So like ultimately, what really matters at the end of the day, I mean, looks do matter to some extent, and especially like being a guy, you're kind of like hardwired to like favor certain looks a little bit more. But I feel like at the end of the day, how much does that really matter? Right. I don't know. And, like, in the fact that they already, like, I mean, just being a human, you're already gonna have enough insecurities. Why should you have to feel an insecurity about who you're with, who you like spending your time with? Right. Like, that should only be a positive thing in your life, not something you're like insecure about. That's ridiculous.
Like, I've talked to like plenty of like really good looking guys, but they're all like not great people and stuff. So it's not like about like what you look like. Like, I've talked to many guys who aren't like the greatest looking in like other people's eyes, but like they're super nice and they're like funny and they treat people right. Like it doesn't, like, I'm not saying that all good looking people are mean and stuff, but like it's just like if you know the person and you like the person, then it doesn't matter like who they are, what they look like, blah, blah, blah.
Absolutely.
I hate
Absolutely.
it.
I think women are a lot better. That's something I definitely relate with girls on is, like, looks not mattering as much as society, like, tells you they do.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I feel like a lot of guys are so focused, like 95, like I have a roommate down at school, really awesome guy, but like when it comes to girls, it's like 90%, 10%, if that makes sense. Like 90% appearance, and it's like, I don't know.
And it is because, like, they care so much about what other people, like, what their friends think, I feel. And it's, like, so much of, like, the standard, like, even, so, like, in the songs that we listen to and stuff, like, rap songs that guys always listen to, it's always, like, hot girls or whatever, blah, 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 and it doesn't, like, I don't know, it's just kind of, like, our society, I feel like. It's, like, if you don't have, like, a hot girlfriend, then you're not, like,
and not just one girl, it's, like, you gotta have 6.
Yeah.
You have to have, like, 8. It's, like, what is enough?
Right.
That is, And that makes you, so that insecurity ultimately is going to drive your value system, because you're going to start to value looks a lot more because of that.
Yeah.
And it kind of comes down to the question, like, love or lust.
Right.
Like, and like, what do you really want? Like, what's your value system?
Right.
So that insecurity is going to push more people towards, like, lust. And then, I don't know, that's probably why the divorce rate's so high.
Right.
I don't know, that's probably part of it.
And that's why everyone is always, like, hooking up and not, like, making, like, real connections. It's all just about, oh, well, you're good looking, let's hook up tonight, and then tomorrow, like, never gonna talk to you again. It's, like, annoying. I hate it.
That's so, I think about that a lot. Like, I wonder if that's just a thing for our generation.
Yeah, I don't know, but, like, I hate it.
It's super prevalent. Like, I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly.
Yeah.
That's bizarre to me. Because I feel like we're the guinea pig generation with a lot of, like, variables that are new to us that could be, like, a correlation of that behavior. Like, for example, like you're saying with rap music, like, subliminally we're saying, like, I don't know, like, tons of bad bitches or whatever, like, and that's what's going in your head all day. That's what you're gonna want. And then, like, social media, constant comparison with other people, like, just so many things, like, that could make us think that way.
Yeah, like all these dating sites like Tinder, Bumble, like all that stuff, like that obviously, like, skyrockets all the stuff that happens and stuff like that. It's just strange. Like, if I could go back and live in a time where we, like, didn't have phones, I so would. Because it's, like, cool to, like, meet people and, like, actually, like, talk to people and be able to talk to people without, like, electronics and stuff. And, like, I don't know. I feel like it'd be a lot better. Don't get me wrong, I love Instagram and I love, like, Snapchat and stuff, and it's a lot of fun, but also, like, when you go out and, like, go on a date with someone, like a first date or whatever, and it's, like, super awkward because you're, like, always in your phone or whatever. Like, sometimes it is.
Right.
But it's just, like, I don't know, like, I feel like everyone's always in their phones and stuff, and I'd rather not.
Absolutely. That's what I'm trying to get better at, like, only finding the benefits of phones and not kind of, like, trying to just completely ignore the negatives. But I feel like it's kind of like a win and a loss. Like, if you're going to have a cell phone, like, there are definitely going to be some cons.
Yeah.
I'm trying to become more conscious of the cons, though, and, like, cut them out of my life.
Yeah, like, I went up to Wisconsin a few weeks ago for a music festival that they have up there. It's called Summerfest. And, like, all of my friends live up there because I go to school there. And so I was staying with my friend, and me and 2 of my friends went to this beach called Bradford Beach, and it's just, like, on Lake Michigan or whatever. And we go there. Cool. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And we go there all the time, like, pre-season or, like, when our seasons are over, pretty much. And, like, we never have any problems. We just leave our stuff and, like, we go play, like, soccer, volleyball or whatever and stuff like that. And so we left our stuff there for, like, 10 minutes, and we came back and all 3 of our phones were gone. 2 credit cards, my ID, and $80 cash were gone. And so I was, like, in Wisconsin. I didn't have, like, any way to get a new phone. So we were without phones for, like, 3 days. And, like, that kind of, like, opens your eyes to, like, everything. Because, like, we were without electronics for 3 days. We couldn't talk to anyone. We couldn't do anything. It was wild.
You just had each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it kind of a blessing in disguise in a way?
It kind of was, actually. I think we were talking about it, like, we were going to go to the Dells for, like, the whole weekend, but we couldn't because we didn't have any money and we also didn't have any phones. But, like, we went down for one day, and it's an hour and a half drive to the Dells, so we were just, like, in the car together, like, for an hour and a half, and, like, it was a lot of fun. Like, we were talking and joking around, and it was just, I don't know. I don't think I've ever laughed so hard in my life. And it was because we were just, like, together.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. That is awesome.
Yeah. So, I guess, like, they kind of did us a favor by stealing our stuff.
Right. Well, you made it a good thing.
Yeah.
You made it a good thing. That was up to you. I mean, you could have, like, just bitched and moaned about, like, oh, our stuff's gone. Like, how can this weekend ever get better?
Right. But it was a lot of fun when we started, like, realizing that we didn't really need to have our noses in our phones all the time.
Right.
So, yeah.
You had a friend recently that went to, what's it? It's either Yosemite or it was Yellowstone. It was Yellowstone.
Okay.
So they went there, and they said there's no reception or whatever out there. And they felt very detached after, as, like, a result of, like, not being able to use their phone. I'm like, I feel like we're all kind of, like, jealous of that in a way. But, like we're always making the choice of, like, taking up our phones.
True. I feel like it's kind of a thing where it's definitely an addiction, I feel. Like, if it's there, you're going to use it, you know?
True.
Like, I don't think that there's, like, a way to not. If you have it, like, I don't know, that's just kind of, like, my thing, is, like, if I have it, I'm going to be on it.
Especially if you're, like, bored in the house or something.
Right, you have nothing else to do. Like, or, like, you're waiting, like, in the doctor's office or something, and, like, you have nothing else to do, you're not just going to look at the wall, you're going to have your phone out and be
True.
like... So, I don't know. I feel like it's definitely kind of an addiction, but it's kind of like our generation. Like, everyone does it, so might as well.
Yeah, true. Oh, it's bizarre.
I know.
It's bizarre. Like, everybody's addicted to something on a mass scale that's, like, never been seen before.
Yeah. Like jewels and stuff. Like, have you heard about those and stuff? Like, obviously you have, right? Like, it's kind of like a thing you want to do to be cool, but then you get, like, addicted to it.
Exactly.
You know? Like, I'm guilty of it. Like, I have a jewel, and, like, I got it a year ago, and I was like, oh, all these people have it. It's just going to be, like, a cool thing I can do at parties and stuff. Now I'm literally doing it 24/7.
Yeah.
And it's like, the other day, my jewel wasn't working, and, like, I was freaking out, and so I literally took it out of the casing, and I, like, took it apart, like, took the battery out and everything, and put it back together so that way it would work. Because I was sitting there without, like, a jewel hit for, like, a few hours, and I was like, I couldn't, like, do it. So
well, at least you're at a point where, like, you're admitting you're...
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so, I don't know. It's really bad.
I will say, I like those things when I'm drinking. Like, the other night, I went out, I went to, like, downtown St. Louis with some friends, and I definitely see that addiction, like, mentality. Like, I was just, the whole night, I was just, like, tapping my buddy on the shoulder, hey, man, can I hit your jewel?
Yeah.
Can I hit your jewel?
Yeah. It's definitely, it's wild. Because, like, I got it, and I was like, okay, well, I'm never going to be addicted to it. Like, what's addiction? Blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not going to be addicted to it. I can give it up at any time. And then I gave it up, actually, for 3 months at the beginning of my college, like, season. Because I wanted to see if it changed anything. I didn't think it changed anything. But, so I started doing it again. And now, like, I literally can't go without it. Like,
That's wild.
It's so bad. It's really bad.
How
like,
do you even wean yourself off into that? Like...
What do you?
Like, how do you, I don't know if wean's the right word. Is wean a word?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. How do you, am I using it right then?
Yeah.
Wean yourself off?
So, like to stop using it, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay, so, I don't know, really, I don't.
That's scary.
So, like, like, you obviously have to buy pods, and it's like $20 a pack or whatever, $10 a QT sometimes.
Ooh,
but
QT.
But so
for encouraging my addiction. Encourage my addiction.
Thank you for making it less expensive to be addicted to nicotine.
I love your acceptance, by the way. That's funny.
But like, I'll be like, I have 1 pod left right now. It's like half a pod, and I'm going out tonight, and like, I won't even think about it, and I'll just be driving to Circle K, and I'll just be driving to QT, and I'll just go in and buy them, and then afterwards it'll be like $20 down the drain, and I'll be like, well, shit, I'm gonna do this for another pack, and then I'm gonna be like, okay, after this pack I'm done, and then you just find yourself back at the store.
Wow.
It's so bad, and I don't have a job, so like, I don't even have money for it, but I still find a way to get money for it.
You're a drug addict. I'm just saying.
No, it's bad. It is bad. Like, I'm not even gonna deny it. It's so bad, and I wish I could stop, but like, I literally can't.
Well, your acceptance is awesome. Yeah, I feel like so many people would be hiding like everything you're saying.
Yeah, like, I'm not addicted to it, blah blah blah.
Right.
But no, I am.
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to think of ways to like problem solve right now. I don't even know. Maybe I had somebody on recently, and they said like, if you Juul a lot, I challenge you to not do it while you're driving. I don't know if you do. Do you like you
That's
just like
the best time to Juul.
Really?
Yeah, when you're driving and like you have the perfect song on and you're just Juuling. That's the best.
Well, does it hurt your lungs at all?
Oh no.
Really? Because it hurt my lungs on this one flavor I tried, but then like the other flavor I tried the other day, like I felt like no effects.
Yeah. No. I think it's also because I've been using it for so long.
Okay.
Like once I got it at the beginning, like if I hit it too much, I would feel like kind of nauseous.
Yeah, I felt that before.
Yeah, but now that I've had it for so long, like I can hit it nonstop all day and like nothing happens. Like I don't even get like nicked anymore.
Wow.
I don't.
Wow.
I like at all. It's just.
Yes. I hit it the other night, and like I was kind of drunk at the point, and then I like really got like a, I guess, buzz. Is it nicotine buzz? And I was
call it
like,
getting nicked.
Okay, I got nicked AF, and I've never chewed before. I've never smoked a cig, so like I've never felt like the nicotine buzz until like literally just a few months ago. Trying to Juul for the first time, and I since I hadn't like Juuled in like probably like 3, 4, or 5 months, I was like, wow, I really like, I feel like, well, not loopy, but like it's a desirable feeling.
No, I
it
know
feels
how,
good.
yeah.
And then my buddy replied, he's like, I have not felt that in months, and I was like, damn, I didn't know what to say. I just like that hit me hard.
Yeah,
I just thought about it for a little moment.
Like it's like I don't even do it to get nicked anymore. I just do it because it's like a thing that I do.
Get nicked.
It's so bad. But one time I was really drunk at a party, and my friend had a Juul, and I hit both the Juuls at the same time, and I could not stand up. My friends had to hold me. I was super drunk, but I couldn't talk.
Oh, when you combine the two, it's intense.
Yeah, and I did 2 Juuls at the same time, and it was like, it was a big hit, and I'm gonna sound really lame right now, but I could not stand up. My friends had to prop me up against a wall.
No, you don't sound lame, at least not.
No, like my eyes were like, I could barely even open my eyes. Like it was strange.
Like permanent, or was this temporary? How long?
Yeah, so like that happened, and then I had to go and I had to puke, and then it was gone.
Oh, okay, wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was insane, because like I don't get nicked anymore, and that happened, and I was like, wow, this is how it happens again.
I'm just imagining you like hitting them both and just seeing like a trust fall.
No, it was so bad. It was so bad. I had to lean up against a wall. It was scary. My friends were scared.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Well, I heard the other day that it's like a different type of like nicotine or tobacco or something in comparison to normal Juuls versus Juuls versus normal vapes.
Okay.
It's like a very different type of nicotine.
Yeah, I think it's different. Like, I can't hit a vape for my life.
Really?
I can do it, obviously, but I can't do it because it makes me nauseous. I think it's disgusting. And I, like, hate, like, all the smoke. Like, in a Juul, you get, like, a little bit of smoke, but, like, in a vape, it's, like, overwhelming.
So much.
And I hate it. I hate it so much. I don't do vapes. Which is weird, because I smoke a Juul. So, I don't know. I
mean, maybe you could slowly wean yourself off and, like, just do like 1 week per pod or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a lot or a little.
No, I don't know. I don't know how to do it. Cause like literally, like I can't even just like after I'll eat dinner and then afterwards I'll be like, wow, I want a Juul hit, or like stuff like that. Like it's like something like after you do something, it's like you think about not like if you don't have it for a minute and then you think about having a hit, it's like, wow, that sounds really nice.
Right.
So it's not like I don't know. Like I just can't go without it. It's weird.
That's bizarre.
It's weird. And I guess, I mean, I could leave it here when I go to school, but then I don't think I could do that. Like, I definitely think I would go and buy one.
That's wild, the dependency.
Yeah.
That is insane to me.
It's so bad.
Yeah, because that was like the main reason I knew I could totally see myself getting that way if I bought one. So I told myself, like, I'm not buying one of those things.
Yeah.
I'm not buying one of those things.
So I didn't think I had an addictive personality because like I never, like obviously I drank before, but I'm not like an alcoholic. So I'm not like, I didn't think I could get like addicted. Like I didn't think I had an addictive personality. And then, so I was like, yeah, I can Juul and just be fine and quit whenever.
You think that's how they get you? You think they want you to like think that way?
Yeah. I do.
Wow.
It's wild. And apparently, like, Juuls are supposed to, so, for, like, people who are trying to get themselves off cigs, that's what Juuls are supposed to do. But apparently, Juuls are made by, like, big tobacco companies. And so, they, like, get you onto Juuls, and then they get you onto smoking cigs.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Wow, okay. Yeah, I heard they're kind of, like, unintentionally, but like marketing them to kids as well. Like I was talking to one of my buddies the other day, and he has a sister. How old is she? She is so she just got done with her junior year of high school.
Okay.
And she said that like all her friends have Juuls as well.
Yeah.
So it's really popular in the high schools, I bet too.
Yeah. Well, like but that's like the thing is like I don't understand how like they get them so easily. Like I understand like getting Juuls, like it's just like getting alcohol, you know, like you can find someone who's of age and like who's your friend and they can get it for you. But like what I was saying earlier is like I just find myself driving to go get pods. Like they can't just drive and go get pods, you know, because they're not old enough.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
So like I don't know. I think it'd be like hard to have a Juul that young.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I remember vapes were like brand new whenever I was in high school, because I remember somebody I was friends with like always made fun of people that vaped in the hallways.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even like notice it was a thing until like one day I was walking walking behind this dude and he just like blows a big cloud and I was like, what the hell was that? What was that?
Like I remember I was in like gym class one time. I think I was like it was my sophomore year and someone like came up to me and I was like, someone's vaping in like the locker room or whatever, and I was like, what's a vape? Like I had no idea. So yeah, I don't know how those kids like even know, but I don't know.
That's funny. You walk in, some person's in like a big penguin outfit, just like running around, arms flailing. It's like, oh, that's what vaping is? Oh my god, I never want to vape.
Yeah, I don't even. Oh gosh. Yeah, it's definitely wild for sure.
Vaping in the locker room. That's funny.
That's the most high school thing I've ever heard in my life.
That's hilarious. Well, I do appreciate your like acceptance of it. I wish you the best of that.
Thanks.
Do you believe in the concept of a soulmate?
Yes.
Really?
I do.
It's a fun like idea to think about.
I know. I think about it a lot actually. But then I have this thing that I think about like what if I'm not in the right place at the right time to find my soulmate, but then it's like kind of defeats the purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So like it's kind of like I don't know.
Not even like the right place. Well, I mean, in the right place at the right time, but also like I feel like have you ever like met somebody and you're like, wow, you would have hated me. This could just be a friend. Like you and I would have gotten along like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
Like I was so much more immature. I don't know if we would have like connected as well as we do now.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I definitely think that God has like a person for me, but I don't know, like, it scares me how I'm supposed to like find them.
Right.
You know? So like that's my thing with like the soulmate situation.
Do you ever think it's like inevitable?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
maybe you go to Australia one time and then they're like, just there on the beach, like, what's up, mate?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just, I think about like, if I would to stay in my bed one day and like they would be at like the gas station or something and I wouldn't go to the gas station, I'd be like, well, then I lost my chance.
Right.
So like that's like my thing. Like I don't know if they're real. Like I feel like there is one, but like I don't know if like it's fate, I guess.
Right.
I don't know.
No, totally.
Yeah.
Because like if you could say it's inevitable, like it's guaranteed to happen, then you like maybe missed that one day when you were like laying in bed and there at the gas station.
Yeah.
But maybe that environment wasn't meant to be like where you guys were meant to like meet at. Maybe you guys were meant to meet at like a bar or something.
Oh yeah. But then I think about like what about the people who like haven't found people, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like so if it was like fate and like you are supposed to find your person, then why didn't they find theirs?
And then it makes you fearful. You're like, shit, will I ever?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a scary thought. Yeah.
I think about it a lot, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's a really fun idea to entertain. A part of me does think that like they're soulmates, because I just feel like some people you just get along with, like right off the bat, you're just like wow, I just like, you just kind of just vibe, like whatever you want to say. You vibe with them, you're on the same like wavelength or whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, like I met this kid. What was it, last summer or something? And like we got on really well, and like we were like he was really funny and blah blah blah. But he goes to school in Springfield, and I go to school in Wisconsin. So it was kind of like we met each other, and it was like, well, nothing's gonna happen because we go to school like six hours apart. So it's like wrong person, wrong time. So like I'm afraid.
Or maybe right person, wrong time.
Yeah, right person, right time.
Okay,
that's what I meant. Yeah. So I don't know. It's wild, actually, and that's like my biggest fear is like not finding the person.
Right.
That's like the biggest thing. Like that is my number one fear ever,
It's scary to think about.
Yeah, so.
And that brings up the insecurity like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a fun idea to entertain, like soulmates, but I don't know if I believe in it personally. Like,
yeah.
I feel like I feel like all human beings are capable of like loving each other. Mm-hmm. It's just like, and I feel like you could almost like, I don't know, marry or fall in love with like so many different people.
Yeah.
But like certain people you just get along with better. Mm-hmm. So you kind of like weigh out the pros and cons.
Yeah. Like everyone that I've talked to about it has like the same thing, that they're like, oh no, soulmates aren't real, blah, blah, blah. And so like it's hard to like stay with your like thoughts, because it's like, well, I guess they're kind of right because blah, 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 blah.
But how do they know?
Right.
They don't know.
Right.
They don't know.
Right.
Their soulmates could be a thing.
But then they bring up all these points and you're like, oh gosh. And you never know. It's just wild.
Well, some people, it's undeniable that some people you just like from the start. Like, have you ever like got, like you were saying, that person from Springfield? Like, have you ever just like you get along with them and then they're just constantly on your mind? You're like, wow, there's like this weird side of my personality, this weird quirky side that like that comes out that like that I have, but like other people, or I've never seen it in any other person.
Right.
But like, that person has it too.
Right.
Like, that we just get along in that way a lot.
Yeah, like there's this one kid that I think about. I'm bringing up all these guys that I've talked to. I'm really sorry,
No,
but there's this one kid that I talked to, and so he plays hockey in Western Michigan or whatever, and like we talked for like 2 months or something, and like I still think about it a lot, because when I talked to him, like that's like kind of what I wanted, like in a relationship, I guess, and like we had a lot of fun, and like he was easy to talk to, but like. Then we both went to school, and while we still tried to like talk to each other, like we kind of drifted apart. And like I think about it all the time, like I wish we could know, like I wish we didn't drift apart, because it was a lot of fun talking to him, and like I haven't talked to someone that it was that easy to talk to since then. So like that's like the main, like fresh in my mind still, even though it happened over a year ago.
Right, absolutely.
So yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, it's bizarre to think about. Mm-hmm. Well, also like maybe. Have you ever thought, like, maybe that person you were meant to meet at that time, and then maybe, I'm sure you learned something from that experience, and then they like, teach you something that you, like, carry with you, and then maybe, like, 3 years later you meet, like, another person, and, like, they like that part of you. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I understand. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just, as time... I don't really know what to think about it, because, like, people fall in love in high school and stuff, and, like, they haven't had, like, all the experience that like other people who like fall in love when they're 30 or whatever have had. So it's kind of just like, I don't know. That's why I think soulmates are real, because like you can find someone that young or that old or whatever, and like you still have like the same love or whatever, I guess.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. Or maybe you're meant to meet them at like one point and then maybe reconnect at other points in life.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people at this age too are like scared to like commit to anything, like to like one thing.
Don't even get me started. I hate that. Freshman boys in college are the worst. None of them want to commit, and it's the worst thing ever. But yeah, it's so annoying, because they all think, I don't even know, they all just want to have fun.
Why do you think that is? That reason exactly? They all just want to have fun?
Yeah, pretty much, I think. I think they're all just... I've thought about it a lot. I don't really know why they're like that, to be honest. I think they just want to have fun and just go and do whatever they want with whoever they want, and they don't want to just... I don't know.
It's super prevalent at, like, big schools, too.
Yeah, it's very annoying. My school is, 30,000 people? So, like, I met a lot of guys who just wanted to have fun, and I was like,
Oh, I didn't realize your school was that big. Okay.
Yeah. So it's hard to find one person that wants to, like... who has all your criteria, but also wants to, like, commit.
True.
So it's so annoying.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was just thinking. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, more of on that topic. I don't know what to believe, but I enjoy the thought of it. Yeah. And I really do enjoy the aspect of, like, any relationship, whether it be a friendship, whether it be, like, you and, like, your mom, like... I love how, like, different people can bring different sides out of you.
Yeah.
Like, some people you might be, like, super fucking goofy with, like... Well, do you know Connor Russo? He was on the guy's side. I don't know. I'm really sarcastic.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I just give him shit all the time.
Yeah.
But, like, he's, like, the only person I'm like that with. Like, literally the entire time I just make fun of him.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Because, like, with my family, like, I'm a big family girl. And, like, with my family, I think I'm, like, my real self. And then when I go and, like, hang out with... like people from high school, like I'm kind of more like a reserved, like me. You know, so like around different people, like
probably because you're used to that judgmental like atmosphere.
Yeah, like you don't want to be like weird or blah 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 blah. Yeah, and then like with my friends from college, like I'm this wild, like crazy funny girl and blah blah blah. So there's definitely a lot of different sides to me.
Absolutely. Yeah, I feel like everybody's that way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's a really cool thought. That's a really cool thought. Excuse me. What would the world be like without dogs?
I don't even want to think about it. I think people would be a lot meaner.
They would be.
Because dogs are like everything that humans should be. Just love and I guess we shouldn't be ignorant, but they're just like ignorant to like all the problems in the world. And they just only know like love and loyalty pretty much, I feel.
Absolutely.
So they're just kind of like perfect little things.
Like I know me personally, like it's with like anger, like I'll come home and I just love to just wail on my dog, you know? It just calms me down. just drop kick my like 5-pound wiener dog. I love it. No, but going off of that, there's this guy I really like, and he has a podcast or whatever, and he I sound like a teenage girl. There's this guy I really like. No, there's this podcast I listen to, and this guy described dogs as like portals of love. I was like, I love that.
It's so true.
It's so true.
It's so true. I love dogs so much, and like every dog you meet, well, I guess not every dog, but most of the dogs that you meet are just like, they just want to be pet and loved and blah blah blah, and they don't care what you look like or blah 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 and all this stuff, and so they're just like perfect.
That is every person there that way too.
Yeah.
Hey, love me. Love me.
They
I'll
just
love
want
you back.
attention. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. It's funny because you can't connect with them as much, but you like love them more than most people.
Yeah. Yeah, like there's a limited amount of people that I would share my bed with, but my dog goes in my bed every night. And
yes.
I cuddle every night, and like I don't know.
And you're not judged for sharing your bed with your dog.
Right.
You can have 8 dogs in your bed. You're fine.
And it doesn't matter. Yep.
Well, going over that, that's another. I'm cramping up. So I ran a few miles before this.
It's all good.
Oh, that was scary. That was scary. I thought I was gonna have like a major cramp on a podcast. Oh my god. That's funny. I don't even remember what I was gonna say. Oh wait, no, I think we talked about that already. Never mind. Wow, that was scary. It's probably gonna happen. I'm gonna get this chair right here.
Okay.
Well, going back to your, you said a gay best friend on the soccer team. Does he get treated any different by the rest of the guys, or?
No, but I feel like that's because he doesn't act like the way he wants to act around them.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'll have like a story of him or something, and I'll like put it up, and he'll be like, "Take it down, I look too gay." Or stuff, because he doesn't want like the guys to treat him any different, and I don't think they would at all, because like he told them
he's openly gay, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They told him. I mean, he told them that he was like during preseason, and they were all like, oh, because they were going around the circle, and they were like, okay, everyone say one girl you'd like to fuck or whatever, and he was like, well, actually, I like guys, and they're like, okay, well, one guy.
Think about the courage that it takes to say that.
Well, it's because he knew a lot of people from high school, and they already kind of knew, so it's kind of like he couldn't like go along with it, so he kind of just like said it when the opportunity came, pretty much. But I don't think he like acts like how he wants to act around them. I think my contact is going wild.
Are you good? I've never had contact. I don't know if this is like a serious situation right now. Or...
I don't know. It's just...
Okay.
It'll get back.
I'm probably like overly concerned. It's probably a daily problem. You good?
Yeah, it's like in my eyelid.
Will you have vision after this?
Yeah.
You won't be blinded in an eye, okay?
No, I'll be fine.
No, that's, yeah. Just like you were saying, like with your high school friends, you were like way more reserved.
Yeah.
So like that kind of sucks that he's not being able to be his true self, but it is really awesome to me. Are you crying?
Nope, my contact just came out. Sorry. I just have to put it back.
I always forget people have contacts. They just have this little thing of...
Yeah.
What is it, rubber, glass?
I have no idea what it is.
Plastic? I don't know what contacts are made of. I'm going to look that up real quick.
Okay. Oh, wow. I hate when that happens. It just kind of goes up into my eyelid.
Extended wear contact lenses are usually soft contact lenses. That makes no sense. They are made of flexible plastics that allow oxygen to pass through the cornea. Oh, so it's plastic.
Wild.
Yeah.
There's a piece of plastic in my eye.
Wow.
Wow, that was strange. Okay, anyways.
That is really cool though that he's like openly gay around his teammates.
Yeah.
Because I feel like one of my favorite parts of like playing sports was like bonding with your team and like, being your true self around them.
Yeah, and it's like, it just kind of would. I guess I understand what he's like, what he goes through, like wanting to like act more, I guess, straight around his friends, because like, I mean, there's this fear that he has, this fear that like he'll go out to like guard someone and someone will be like, well, I don't want this gay guy guarding me like on my back or whatever and stuff like that, like, which is really freaking annoying. But yeah, I can understand where he's coming from, but it's cool that he's like, that a lot of people in Wisconsin are super accepting, which is strange because I thought that they wouldn't be, but they're really accepting at our school and stuff, and he's like the greatest guy in the world anyway, so I don't think anyone would be mean to him. But yeah, because like I definitely think that would be scary to like, and I mean it's 2018 and a lot of people are gay and stuff, and no one should judge, but a lot of people do. Right. So it kind of sucks, but yeah, he's like a really great guy, and so it's really cool that he can be himself around his team and stuff.
Yeah, there's never been a better time to, I guess, be gay.
Yeah.
He's got that right. That is a good point. Like, I could see, like, the, like, outspoken, kind of cocky player on the team, like, stopping, be like, hey, I'm not letting this fag guard me. Like, like, that would be ridiculous.
Yeah, it's so annoying that he even has to, like, fear about that, pretty much. Because he's, like, it's not like he's gonna, like, do anything. Like, what are you afraid of, you know? Like, it's just annoying.
True.
That people have to be like that. Yeah.
Well, I know I don't think he was gay, but I know there was a team we played against in high school, Troy High School.
Yeah.
There was a kid that would walk up. This literally has nothing to do with what we were just talking about, but he would walk up and he would stick his thumb up like every player on our team's butt.
What?
And that was where I drew the line. Like I'm all about like gay people.
Yeah.
And, like it's super cool to me. I don't care. Like you were saying earlier, like why should I care what anybody thinks about their life? But like. That was bizarre.
No, that's strange. That's just, that's weird. Personal space,
exactly.
Big deal. That's not alright. So strange. And especially like in that area, definitely not okay.
Absolutely.
That's scary. I don't like that.
So you went to the like gay pride down in downtown St. Louis?
Yeah.
Was it? Okay. Mm-hmm. How was that?
It was cool? A lot of fun. It was so much fun because like everyone there is just so accepting of everyone, and it like it doesn't really matter like if you're straight, if you're gay, if you're trans, bi, whatever. Like everyone just loves everyone, and it's like me, my friend, and then my best friend Connor who's gay. We all went because we wanted to like take Connor and like just have fun or whatever, and. Me and my friend who's a girl, we would like walk and we were holding hands and stuff, and like everyone was like looking at us and like yeah, like I thought that we were like together or whatever, and it's just funny. It's just like
went with it.
Yeah, it's just like fun because like everyone was like looking at us like I don't know. It's just like a fun like environment to be in. Like everyone was like complimenting you on your outfit and your makeup and blah blah blah, and like you don't just walk down the street and people are like complimenting you and telling you you're cute, but like you go to Pride and everyone's like, oh yeah, work it and stuff like that. It's just so much fun. I loved it.
Yeah, everybody like normally if you're walking around like two girls are holding hands, like everybody's gonna kind of look down on you, kind of disparage you, but like there it's encouraged.
Yeah.
And like just anything you did, that's a cool.
Yeah, it's like, and it's like in. Like, if you're walking around in, like, a regular spot, I guess, like, and you're holding hands, like, some people might just assume that, or they might just assume that you're, like, your friends or whatever, but, like, I don't know. It's just, like, cool being able to be, like, accepted either way.
Absolutely.
Like I'm a straight girl, but it's cool to know that if I wasn't, I'd be accepted there, you know?
Absolutely. Well, like, regardless of, like, what you like your sexual orientation, like, there's something to be learned there, right?
Yeah.
To like just accept people for who they are and just like be loving towards people.
Right, because who cares? Like if you are a guy and you want to be like if you want to wear full face of makeup and be like all glamorous and stuff, do it. Like who cares?
Right.
It's like your choice, and if that's what you like, that's what you like. Like I like to play soccer, no one's judging me for that.
Exactly.
People like if you like to dress up like a girl, do it. You know, like who cares?
Because whenever you judge somebody and you're getting judged, I feel like it creates like distance. Like, it kind of separates you.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand why people are still, like, so against it today. But, like, it's cool to go to a place where everyone's, like, for it.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you're straight, doesn't matter if you're gay, anything. Just.
I think there's a lot of progress being made, though.
Yeah, me too. But then there's also people that you see that are, like, doing, like, hate rallies or whatever. Like, have you seen those? It's like,
no.
Like, people, like, in the KKK and stuff are, like, making rallies and stuff. Like, me and my friend watched a documentary the other day about it, and we were just, like, appalled. It was, like, insane that people are still like that today.
Yeah.
Like, it's wild.
I feel like it's a dying breed, though.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully.
It's just insane to think that people are still like that. But it's cool to go to a place where no one's like that.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
I feel like there's anytime there's a big push for that, there's always a little bit of a pull.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the push is a lot stronger.
Yeah.
And I also feel like the people that hate the gays are the same people that hate other ethnicities or other religions or whatever. Like, I don't know. I feel like our generation's pretty progressive in that aspect.
Yeah.
Like we're like a lot of people's mentality, and I know mine is, and sounds like yours is as well. But like, you do you. You do you. Whatever makes you happy, you do that.
I hate when people, like, look down on, like, gay, like, love, or, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same as if I, like was in love with a guy. Like, it's just the same kind of love, and I hate when people, like, look down, like, or discredit that type of love, because it's so annoying. Because, like, just back to the soulmate thing, like, they found their soulmate, and it doesn't matter that, like, they're 2 guys or 2 girls or whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, that's their soulmate. So it's just annoying that people have to, like, discredit that and, like, look down on that when that's, like, their love or whatever.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like we were saying with commitment earlier. Like, it's just regardless of, like, genders, it's really beautiful to think that, like, 2 people, like, are like, wow, I like you enough to be like, yo, we should date. Like, that's cool regardless of gender.
Yeah.
So who really cares? Who really cares?
Right. No one should, but yeah.
That's why I like Callie a lot.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting to me too, like how I feel like there's always, like, in like any relationship, there's almost like always like a balance of, like, masculinity and femininity. Mm-hmm. And I feel like sometimes, like, I don't know, like my parents, for example, like my mom definitely fills some of the masculine roles, my dad will fill some of the feminine roles. Obviously, like my dad's more masculine, my mom's more feminine. But, like, I feel like they found, like, their mesh. Yeah. Does that make sense? Like, every relationship has a different mesh. So it's really interesting to me, like, how, like, they're typically in, like, a lesbian or, like, a gay relationship. There's, I feel like there's usually, like, the more masculine one and there's the more feminine one of the 2.
Yeah. And, like, I don't like that people, like, try to define it either. Because, like, Connor... My best friend's name is Connor, and his boyfriend's also named Connor, so it's kind of funny. But
wait, is he the guy in your Instagram pictures? Mm-hmm. I totally thought that was your boyfriend.
Everyone thinks that. Literally, everyone thinks that. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, you did post a lot of pictures with them, so that's I just assumed. I was like, oh, good for her.
Yeah. No. Well, it's like if anyone, like, thought that and they clicked on his Instagram, literally a lot of his pictures are like happy 2 years with my, like, guy or whatever, like, literally it's all over his Instagram, so all people have to do is just go and click and see. But whatever, everyone thinks that he's my boyfriend, doesn't matter. But
well, that's why I wrote relationships on here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so, like, I don't know if you saw, like, the other kid on my Instagram. So there's, like, 2 guys, but the other kid was actually my boyfriend, but everyone else thought that the other kid was my boyfriend, if that makes sense. So people thought that my boyfriend was my boyfriend and Connor was my boyfriend.
So, okay, so they thought your gay best friend was your boyfriend.
No, I guess they just thought that was just, like, some guy. So, like, even like my boyfriend's friends. So I posted a picture with Connor and I was, like, kissing his cheek or whatever. My boyfriend's friends, which for some reason they constantly went on my social media and judged me, which I hated it. Like, they didn't even follow me on Twitter, but they would, like, screenshot my tweets and, like, send it to him and be like, this is weird.
That's the exact problem we were talking about earlier. Yeah. That's the exact problem.
And that was, like, a big deal in our relationship because he cared so much about what other friends thought that, like, he would, like, text me and he'd be like, this is weird, like, you're not gonna get a job if you tweet this kind of stuff. And it was, like, literally stupid stuff. Like, I remember this one tweet I tweeted, it just said, rental cars are like Redbox movies. I don't know why I tweeted
that. Give you this. You're probably at the Jewel.
I was just thinking about it. I was like, wow, you can turn in Redbox movies anywhere, just like you can turn in rental cars anywhere. But
that's a funny thought. I appreciate that.
So I tweeted that, and his friend sent it to him, and he was like, well, if you tweet stuff like that, you're not going to get a job. Like, your employers are going to think that you're stupid. And I was like, it's just a funny tweet. Like, just leave me alone. But anyways, his friends, like, screenshotted one of my Instagram pictures with Connor that I was kissing his cheek, and he was like, this isn't okay, you need to break up with her, blah, 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 because he thought that I was, like, cheating or whatever. And I was like, why would I post me cheating on Instagram?
Yeah, good point.
But he was like, no, he's gay, like... It's just so annoying.
This is my way of breaking up with you. I found somebody else.
I'm cheating on you. I'm going to post it on Instagram.
What a terrible way to present it. But
yeah.
In your boyfriend's defense, he was put in a really shitty situation, which I want to say this, like, if my friends are dating anybody, this is my mentality. Mm-hmm. I'm nothing but encouraging. Like, I mean, I'll be there if they have like any like complaints or. Yeah. But I'm nothing but encouraging because like I know like the benefits of like an intimate relationship, how happy that person can make you feel. Like, why would you not just be supportive of that? Like, I mean, granted, there have been like some of my friends in the past, like I just can't get along with their girlfriends, but like I still love them and I'm still happy that they're happy with that person.
Right. But all of his friends were literally like in his ear all the time that he needed to break up with me. And like I would post like selfies on like Snapchat and he would screenshot them and I'd be like, why are you screenshotting this? And he was like, oh, no reason. And I'd be like, no, tell me. And like I would think, oh, maybe he thought my selfie was cute, blah, 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 blah. And he would said that he would send them to his friends and ask them like why I would post selfies on Snapchat. And they'd be like, oh, because she wants attention from other guys. She's cheating on you. All this stuff. Like, and he constantly had trust issues with me because I would post selfies on Snapchat.
Yeah, that's. Do you think his behavior is a result of his friends doing that and his friends being judgmental of you? Or?
I think so. He had never had a girlfriend before.
Okay.
Ever, and I was his first girlfriend, and I don't think he understood really like how to be in a relationship, and I think he cared a lot about what his friends thought. Like, that's all he cared about. And, like, he would talk to his friends about our problems before he would talk to me, which was a huge problem.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, like, it was also super strange because, so, like, he lives up in Wisconsin and I live here. And obviously we're broken up now, but he would, like, we'd be having, like, a regular conversation and, like, everything would be fine. And then out of nowhere he'd be like, yeah, I have a problem. And I'd be like, okay, what? And he'd be like, well, I've been thinking about this for a few weeks, and I've been talking to people about it. And I'm like, a few weeks? Like, you need to talk to me if you have a problem. And it'd be just, like, weird stuff. Like, he'd be like, yeah, you can't Juul anymore, or stuff like that. Or, like, you can't post stuff on your Finsta anymore, like, stuff like that. Like, about me, like, going out or something. Like, I would never in a million years cheat on anyone. Like, that's not me. I don't do that. I don't have any respect for people that do that. But for some reason, he had it in his brain that I was, like, not trustworthy. And I only wanted to talk to other guys.
That's bizarre since he's never had another girlfriend before.
Right.
I wonder if his friends were putting those thoughts in his head.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
Yeah, and it was horrible. Because, like, all of my friends know, and he would even talk to my friends. He would talk to Connor a lot. And all of my friends know, and they would constantly say to him, like, that's definitely not her. Like, she would never cheat on anyone, blah, blah, blah. But he just couldn't get it through his brain. And that was, like, a major problem for us because he couldn't trust me for some strange reason. Because I posted selfies on Snapchat.
Wow, okay, yeah. So, like, go back to, like, the Juul thing. Like that doesn't make sense to me either. If, like, I'm not saying I'm perfect at this. I'm definitely, like, by no means. But I feel like the best approach, if let's say he has a problem with you Juuling, then why wouldn't he bring it up to you right from the start? Because then I know I've had a problem with this in the past where like something that's like a very minuscule problem, I'll like build it up in my own head if I don't confront that problem right there or like communicate that that's a problem. Yeah. Like I feel like the problem intensifies over time.
Yeah, and like it's funny that you say that because literally on our first date we went to this like nightclub and I had my Juul and I was Juuling and he was like asking to hit my Juul and stuff and I was talking about it like, yeah, I Juul a lot, blah, blah, blah. So like, and then at the end of our relationship, so we went on our first date in December and he brought it up in May of this year.
Oh wow.
So it took him like 5 months to say something about it.
Wow. Yeah.
So really strange.
Which the problem like was a new problem and you know what I'm saying? Like like what the problem would have been, or the conversation that would have like been taking place right then, if he would have like brought it up like at the time it like became a problem in his head, like that would have like it became a different problem in his head. It probably intensified, got worse in his mind.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, pretty much all the problems that he had were like from stuff that he already knew about, like that we had already talked about and stuff, and like months later he brought up, and that was like the biggest, like, I don't know, it was just super annoying that he couldn't just like talk, you know?
Right.
That's so annoying to me.
But like those complaints, like you learned, like, okay, like that lack of communication, that lack of transparency, like that's something I need to like maybe at least do what I can control in the future to like initiate more conversation right off the bat, so that those like problems don't like turn into something.
Right.
I don't know, like I feel like there's a lot to learn in every relationship, whether it's a friendship, whatever. Like,
yeah, but I don't know. He was very controlling, and it was wild. And he had problems with everything I did, which was wild.
A lot of lessons learned. Lessons learned.
Right. So it was also very toxic, I feel.
How so?
It's a long story, but I guess he had a problem with the fact that I have hooked up with people in my past. Mm-hmm. So that was like a big deal to him, because I'm just gonna like be like personal right now, okay?
Well, I'm sending this to him after, so.
What?
I'm sending this to him after. So.
Oh, perfect. Like, I'm just gonna get personal. I'm gonna say like some of my personal stuff, okay?
Absolutely.
And it's not, okay.
I love that. I love that.
Okay, so like, I'm saving myself for marriage. I'm not having sex until I get married. And that was...
Respectable.
Thank you. That was established at the beginning of our relationship. And he knew that for a long time. And so we were dating we started talking in December, and then I broke up with him in June, I think. So we were talking for like 6 months or whatever, like dating for however long. And it was like, it wasn't a problem at all, and he understood it. And then he like asked me how many people I had hooked up with before, and I don't know why that I don't know why that's relevant in a relationship. I never understood that, because it's like your past, and like that's not the person you are now. So like that's my kind of take on it. I don't know what your take on it is, but
sounds like a lot of jealousy.
Yeah, that is like a big thing. And so like I told him, and he
kind of see both sides on that.
Yeah, I understand, but like I told him, and like he didn't say anything about it. He was like, okay, that's fine. Blah, blah. Keep in mind, it's not like a lot of people. I'm not like, you know. Right. And so then I went home, and he stayed up in Wisconsin, obviously, and he calls me about a week before he's supposed to come down to Missouri. Oh. And he's like, hey, this has been in my brain for however many weeks. He's like, I've been thinking about this for 2 weeks now, and I'm not okay that you've hooked up with these guys, but you do the same stuff you do with them as you do with me, and you won't have sex with me. And he's like, I don't see myself waiting to have sex, so... And I was like, okay, well, sorry, there's nothing I'm going to do about it. I'm not going to change my views for you. Right. And so I broke up with him. I was like, if you're not going to be able to accept what I want, then that's your problem. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm not going to change 19 years of my life because of you that I've been talking to for 6 months. And so we broke up or whatever, and then he like couldn't deal with it, I guess. So we got back together like 3 days later. Okay. And then he started bringing all this stuff that I had done wrong. Like, oh, God, no. Like the Juul, and the fact that I didn't go to all my classes at school. Like the fact that I was skipping classes sometimes. Oh, so he's just nitpicking at this point. And so I was like, you know what? You lost your second chance. Like, this is... There shouldn't be any that much judgment in it. That's like a tally chart. That's like a tally chart. That's my thing. Is like in a relationship, you should be my person that I can tell anything to, and you just like accept, and you be here for me. But no, it's not how it was. It's very toxic, and he like was not nice to me in any way. Right. So yeah. Wow. Yeah, a lot of character flaws there. Yeah. Relationship flaws. Yeah. I'm not saying you were perfect. But no, like, I wasn't. You learned a lot. You learned a lot. It was wild for sure. So if you don't mind me asking, like, why are you saving yourself for marriage? Because and I'm not coming from a place of judgment when I say that. No. I was raised Catholic, and keep in mind, I'm not like the greatest Catholic ever. Like, I'm not like super religious or anything, but that like got into my the idea of saving myself got into my head because of my religion. And then like now that I'm getting more mature, like I think about it, like I want only one person to have that. Like, I think that's a very special, like, I hold that thing very special in my heart, like, and I think that it should be shared with the person you love, and it shouldn't just be, like, thrown around with anybody. Like, I think it's a special bond between two people, and it's, like a statement of, like, love, like, for, like, real love. And so I think that that should be with the person I actually love and, like, want to be with the rest of my life.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
I respect that.
Thanks.
So why do you think you could be Catholic and Jewel? Because that's unacceptable. I'm just kidding. Totally joking. No, that's really cool, though. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Because that's not common at all these days.
Yeah.
Like, that's not common.
And it's really hard.
Do you think it, like, how is it hard?
Well, it's hard for a lot of reasons. Like, one, like, most of the guys that I talk to aren't the greatest. Mm-hmm. And so, like, once that comes out, they're like, oh, that's fine, and they accept it for, like, a little while, and then they're like, I can't date someone who's not going to have sex with me. And so, like, that's a big problem with, like, not being able to find someone because everyone only wants to have sex, which is really super annoying to me. But, I mean, I get it, but, like, whatever. And then also it's hard because, like, obviously you want to. Like, it's kind of like something that you want to do. And
right.
And it's, like, just difficult, like, when you're in the moment and you want to do it, but you can't. Like, I mean, you could, obviously, but I've got a little bit more self-control than that.
Right. Yeah, that's gotta be hard to restrain yourself from, like, doing something, especially, like, a sexual urge. That's gotta be difficult.
Yeah. It definitely is super hard. And, like, there's definitely been multiple times that I want to, but then I think, like, just think about, like, your husband, who's going to be able to be the first person and the last person. So
right.
It's kind of, like, easy, but it's hard at the same time. Yeah.
I respect that. That's cool. So do you think you've met some, like, good people that are, like, you're limited, like you said, like you'll meet some good people, then it, like, becomes like a deal breaker for them?
So I think that they're good people, and then that problem arises, and then I don't think that they're, like, good enough. If that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
So I understand, like, people, like, want to do that in a relationship, and I understand that it could be important in a relationship, but it's, like, not something that defines a relationship. I think that if someone likes me enough, and that they'll be able to wait. And that's why I want to wait for my husband, so that way I'll know that they actually like me a lot. Because they'll be able to wait, and they won't be like, oh, well, I can't do that, or blah, blah, blah. So I'll know that they actually care for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, because that'd be a concern of mine, like, constantly if I was a girl. Like, do they only want the sex? Do they, like, only want this?
Yeah. So I don't really entertain the thought.
Yeah, true. When was the last time you did something for the first time?
Let's think. I mean, I went to the Dells for the first time a few weeks ago, like Wisconsin Dells. I feel like there's something before that, though.
What's the Dells?
Wisconsin Dells?
Yeah.
It's like the biggest water park in the world. I mean,
is it really?
I don't think, is it the world? It's probably not the world. It's probably the U.S. But it's like a ginormous water park.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Okay. I think my parents are texting me, sorry.
Oh, do you have to head out soon?
Yeah, probably, but, like, it's okay.
The biggest is in Florida.
What?
Aquatic in Florida. That's the biggest in the world.
Oh, I don't know. Connor said the biggest one was in Wisconsin. Maybe he was lying.
Dollywood? Wait, what was it called again?
Wisconsin Dells.
It's not even making the list.
Connor lied to me then.
God damn it, Connor.
But it's a big one for sure.
Oh, here it is. The Kalahari Resorts Dells? Lake Delton?
I don't know.
That's the only thing. I had to, like, click the arrow to, like, go over.
Yeah.
I don't think I've missed it.
Wow.
I'm sorry to...
He lied to me. No.
Wait, unless it's Noah's Ark? Because that's on Lake Delton?
Noah's Ark is where we went, but there's, like, other different...
Okay, that's up here. That's like number 5 on the list.
Oh. Still not the best. Wow, how embarrassing. I've been saying that because Connor told me. I'm blaming it on him. I'm going to blame him for it.
I wasn't trying to prove you wrong. I was just curious what the biggest were.
It's all good. It's his fault, not mine. Yeah.
It's because girls are never wrong, right?
True.
Exactly. I hear about this.
It's very true. Yeah. But I guess the Dells was the last thing I did. I don't really know, though. I felt like the first time I got something stolen from me was in Wisconsin.
Wow.
Yeah.
That experience.
What a great experience that was. Yeah. I don't think anything else. Oh, I went to the DMV for the first time by myself.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you cry?
No.
Okay, we don't relate there.
Yeah, that was an experience. But yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah, it's like the most robotic place on this earth, right?
It's just like dull and boring, and I hate
Could you
it.
imagine working one of those places?
No,
That
I
would
couldn't.
suck.
I could never do that in a million years.
Oh, I gotta show you. I don't have my keys on me, but my license pick, it's hilarious. Like, I like parted my hair down the middle.
Oh yeah, aren't you the person that does like weird stuff every time?
Yep.
Yep. I think I saw like your story or something. I don't remember what it was, but
Yeah. I had to get another picture retaken recently.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like I got like my hair parted down the middle, right? And then I'm like looking at the camera, like kind of like facing downward a little bit, so I have to like look up with my eyes, so it's like creepy. And then I did an underbite. It's like the worst picture in the world.
That's horrible.
Oh, it's awful.
Oh my god.
It's like I actually get kind of like not offended, but like I'm a little pissed off whenever like bouncers or like gas station employees they don't acknowledge me. Like they don't acknowledge my picture.
They just think it's normal.
Yeah, like,
that's messed up.
Like, yeah, this is like the worst ID picture you've ever seen. Say something.
Right. Oh my god, that's so funny. Yeah, because like my ID picture before I got it stolen, I looked like a complete like I looked like a prisoner. Like I looked like it was like a mugshot.
Oh really?
Like I looked so scary, and like I didn't smile or anything. I looked literally so scary, and I get like people like look at me, they look at my ID, and then they look at me, and then they look back down, and I'm like, yeah, that's me. So yeah, I understand.
You should like always time it to when they look down and then they look back up, and you just go like rawr.
No, I'm gonna do that from now on. I'm gonna do that from here on out for sure.
Start growling at them.
If I started barking, holy shit, that'd be the funniest thing. No, I'm gonna do it. No, I'm doing it. Yeah.
Just in case you go to prison, right? As if they have ID in prison.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody has bad ID pictures, whether they try to look good or not.
I know. I feel like it's so hard. I've definitely seen some people with like good ones, but I see more bad ones than I see good ones. Yeah.
That was actually a trick at one of my old colleges, the school I went to in Chicago. This girl, she gave me a tip. This is a tip. Anybody's free to use it. Anybody. Okay. So whenever you forget somebody's name, especially if it's like the beginning of the year or something, she did this as like a freshman year thing. She forgot somebody's name that she's like been hanging out with. Instead of like asking them and like feeling like rude, she'd be like, hey, what was your ID picture like? Can I see it? And then she'd read their name.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's smart. That's good.
Yeah, that is kind of smart, actually. I always just ask them how to spell their name. Like, I'll find, like, a reason I need to spell it, and then I'll be like, how do you spell your name?
That's a good point. Until you get somebody like I don't know, my name's Megan.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, Megan needs to be
with an H, or?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a really big... Ian.
Yeah. I
guess somebody could spell it E. That probably does work for most names.
It does work sometimes, but then sometimes you
Kyle.
feel...
Until you get a Kyle.
Yeah. I don't know. But then it's hard to, like, find a reason to, like, ask them how to spell their name.
True.
Like, you'll be like, I don't even know. Like, it's hard. And then I'll just be like... I'll just call him like dude or something until I find a way. So yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You got a dab. You're like, oh, there you go. Dab on the haters.
Yeah.
What does music mean to you?
I don't really know. I've always like. I'm kind of like a person that knows all music. Like people like know that like people are like, oh, how do you know all the lyrics to every song? And it's kind of just like a way to express like the way I'm feeling, I guess. You know, like if I'll be in the car and I'll be like in a good mood, like I'll want a song that I can sing. Or if like I'm sad, I'll put on a sad song and stuff like that. So I guess it's kind of like a way to like, I don't know, key into like what I'm feeling, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
If that makes sense. Yeah.
It's probably like a relatable experience. You're like, oh, this person's going through something similar to what I'm going through.
Yeah.
Do you ever use that like the opposite? So like say like you're like really pissed off or something. You don't want to be pissed off anymore, so you listen to like really like upbeat song. You're like, every time we touch. I just imagine you like driving like super angry. It's like, oh, it's like, and every time we touch, I get this feeling.
I don't do that ever. Actually,
Really?
I always want to extend what I'm feeling.
Totally.
Like if I'll be sad, I want to listen to sad songs and I want to cry.
Really?
Yeah, like that's like a big one. Like I love to cry. It's like,
But I mean, it's like freeing.
yeah, it's like my favorite thing to do. Like in college during spring season, like spring season was absolute hell, and so every Tuesday at 5:30, I cried. I had a scheduled cry.
Did you force it?
It wasn't hard. It wasn't hard. It was kind of
so funny to me.
I would hold it in for a week, and then every Tuesday, 5:30 sharp, that would be like my one time I'd be in my room before my next class, and after practice, I would just cry.
Just imagine you sitting there in class, staring at the clock, tick, 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 tick,
Almost
tick,
time.
just holding it in.
Yeah. Almost time to cry. And then I'd get in my dorm room. Sometimes my roommate would be in there, sometimes she wouldn't, and I'd be like, hey, sorry, but I gotta cry.
Get out! Get out!
Yeah, that was it.
You know,
I
one of
loved
my
it.
favorite cries of all time is a dodgeball. Whenever the girl that like did steroids, she's crying. And
Oh, she's like, yeah, with her hairy ass arms. Great
so
movie.
funny.
I
That's a
love
great
that movie. Wow. I could probably quote that movie word for word from beginning to end. I watched that so many times when I was little.
That's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
That's so funny. I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
That's funny though, because I recently, like going off of that music topic, like I was listening to like this really emotional guy, and like I was like getting sad because of it, and I didn't realize. Like I started to like think about my emotions like more consciously. I was like, why the hell am I sad right now? And I was like, oh, I think it's because I've been listening to this kind of music a lot lately.
Yeah, it does something for sure.
It's wild. It's like it can like alter your like mood state so much.
Yeah, I think my mom. She's like freaking out.
Okay. Well, I actually ran out of topics.
Okay.
Yeah. Keep on sucking. I still think that's hilarious.
It's so strange to me.
Is there anything else like on your mind?
I don't think so. I think I about covered it all.
Yeah, we talked about a lot.
I know.
We talked about a lot.
Yeah.
You're a lot more like open than I anticipated. Does that make sense?
Why?
Like I don't know. I feel like a lot of people like hold in a lot of aspects of like their personality, and like they don't want to like, because like you say like with the jewel thing, like that could be perceived like negatively.
Yeah.
So like you've opened yourself up to like being in a vulnerable position, but like I'm like, yo, that's awesome. Man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'm kind of a person, I don't really keep anything in.
Okay.
Kind of
totally.
everything's out there.
So that's probably why high school, like going back to that, you said
Yeah.
you were like really like withdrawn in high school. That's probably why.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really know. I feel like though in high school I was open like to who I didn't and did like.
Okay.
It was kind of like everyone knew that I didn't like annoying people. Like I don't like people who are like in cliques. I don't like people who are like all about like, I don't know how to explain it. Like people who are all about like social norms, I guess. Like the football and the cheerleaders and the people who are all about themselves. I didn't like that at all.
Okay.
And I didn't like the fake people. And so that was a lot of people in high school, and so everyone knew that, and so that's why I wasn't really connected with a lot of people.
Very selective of your friendships.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I was the exact same way.
Yeah. So that must have been a big problem, I guess.
True. I never really understood like seeing people like with the labels like I still don't see the world this way at all. If anything, I've gotten more like this. But back in high school, I definitely didn't think this way. Like this person's cool, this person's popular,
Oh, yeah.
this person's weird. Like I just like I did my best not to care about that. And
Yeah.
that resulted in me like becoming like fuck it. Like I was so carefree in high school.
Yeah, like I took 4 years of engineering in high school, and like I was pretty much almost like the only girl in all those classes. Like there'd be like 1 or 2 other girls in each of those classes, and like engineering is all like the nerds or like the weird guys or whatever, and I loved them. I loved them. Like, I was best friends with all of them, and they loved me too, because it was kind of like, oh, well, this is like a girl who's on the soccer team, and she has like all these friends, and like she like likes us, like, well, that's cool and stuff like that. And so I was best friends with them, and I would like sit with them in class, and I would talk to them. And then my senior year, I got really, really good friends with them, and we would have game nights.
No way.
Yeah, and some kid would have...
What kind of game nights?
So he would have all of us over, and we'd play like Uno and like like board games. Like, we would play board games. Like, I would go to his house, and his mom would play games with us, and she'd buy like all these snacks and like order pizza and stuff like that, and we would sit down and we'd play these like board games and card games, and it was so much fun. And it was like all these, and I would tell my friends, and I like put it on my story, and I would tell my friends, yeah, I'm going to go hang out with blah 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 tonight, and they'd be like, what? Like, why are you hanging out with them? And I'm like,
they're so weird.
They're so funny. They're like the funniest guys I know. And no one understood it, and everyone thought I was super weird for it, but I was like, hey, it's fun, and they're great guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I understand exactly what you're talking about, because I didn't care at all. Like, everyone thought they were super weird, and I was like, because you don't know them, and because they don't wear the same kind of clothes you wear, and they are in robotics and stuff like that. Like, just because they don't do what you do doesn't mean that they're weird.
Exactly.
Like, they're really funny people.
Well, think about like where they're arguing from, versus where you're arguing from. Like, if you guys like that argument of you guys saying like you're saying they're cool and them saying they're weird, they're completely like talking like from an ignorant point of view.
Yeah, because they don't know.
They literally don't know them.
They've never
know
talked
them
to
like very well.
Yeah.
And you're like, these guys are awesome. Like, take the time to get to know them.
Yeah, they didn't understand at all.
That's my favorite part about this podcast. Sorry to cut you off.
No problem.
I love that. I love that because everybody like people ask me like, "What's your favorite podcast? Who's your favorite guest?" Like, and I just don't see it that way. Like, I just see it like everybody's different. Like, everybody's different.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some that like some people just blow my mind like a little bit more than others, but it doesn't mean they're better. It's not like a better or worse kind of deal. It's just, and that's how I like to see humanity. I feel like this podcast has shaped my view of humanity in a very, very positive way. Like, to where, like, I just don't, I see people as people, and, like, everybody's unique in their own ways, and, like, I feel like it's all about, like, finding what makes you unique and just kind of owning that, owning who you are, and then, like, I don't know, like, the fact that people can't accept other people for who they are is ridiculous.
Yeah. It's so annoying, because everyone goes through different stuff, and everyone likes different stuff, and everyone's seen different stuff. So, like, just because everyone hasn't done everything the same that you doesn't mean they're any less of a person than you are.
Absolutely.
You know? So that's just like my thought on it.
And also, like, think about like all the confidence. Like, not to like label these guys as like weird or anything, but these let's I can imagine these guys probably weren't getting as much like attention from like girls in general as other people. So like the fact that you were friends with them, like, think about all the confidence you gave them that they're going to carry on in the rest of their life. Yeah, it was. I'm like, I don't want to sound like I'm like this big like person, you know what I'm talking about, but like you could tell that it was like a big deal that I was like going to hang out with them. Absolutely. Because like it would just be all these guys who like don't necessarily like talk to a lot of girls and stuff like that, and like I would go and hang out with them, and they'd be like, it would like change. I don't know how to explain it. No,
like
that's not conceited at all. That's not conceited.
They would like text in the group chat, and they'd be like, okay, when are you coming? Like, blah blah blah. Can you blah blah blah? And I'd be like, yeah. What do you need? Do you need me to bring anything? They're like, oh no, don't bring anything. You're fine. Blah blah blah. Like, just can't wait till you get here. All this stuff, and I'd be like, this is so cool. Like, it's so fun to like be with these people who are like genuine, like real people who don't care about what other people think about them. And like just have fun, and like we had the exact same sense of humor. Like me and all these guys, like we had, like it was just so much. It was fun, and it was funny, and it was cool, and it just sucks that people who are closed-minded to that kind of stuff don't get to experience stuff like that. Absolutely. So and then it puts you in a shitty position because you got to feel like you got to like explain why you like them to other people because they have all these preconceived notions about them that are just wrong. Yeah, and it was like in high school, it was kind of a thing that was like, if I told them that, it was like, oh, well, why are we, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just like looked down on that I was hanging out with them, and I was like, that's fine. Yeah, who cares? You're not having fun. I am. Like, exactly. It's not my problem. It's your problem. Because you had a choice at that moment. You're like, okay, like I can choose to hang out with this popular, who's perceived to be popular, group, or I can choose to hang out with people I like hang out with. Yeah. And it got to a point where we would hang out in the week, like we would have game nights on the weekends, and it'd be like the same night of a party. And so I would get ready I would go to the game night, I would spend a little time with them, and then I would go hang out with my other friends. So it's like, it's not like I would like close myself off from certain groups of people. I would find time for both of them because I liked both of my groups of friends. It was just like you can be friends with multiple people and they don't all have to be like the exact same. That was like, I hated being friends with like everyone that was trying to be like the same and everyone wore the same stuff, and it was like cool to be like a part of people who didn't care, and then to go and like have fun with like my friends that I hang out with on the regular.
They're so much more interesting too.
Yeah. They really are, and they're intelligent. They're like really smart, and it's like fun to have like a smart conversation with them, not all about like alcohol and stuff like that. Like I spent my senior year New Year's with these guys. I went to a party at one of their houses, and
awesome.
It was just all guys, and I just went and I played Mario Kart with them, and we drank freaking soda. We didn't drink any alcohol or anything, and it was just fun time. Like, I don't know, like I didn't even go out. I didn't go and drink and go with all like the other people. I went to this kid's house and I literally played Mario Kart all night with these guys.
That's awesome.
So yeah,
I think that mindset will get you far. That's awesome.
I hope so.
Like that's something, I don't think it's conceited at all to say that either.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something we share. This is something I really like about myself, for example, is like I was the same way in high school, like, and I am the same way now. Like I have an abundance of options of friends to hang out with.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna treat people the same.
Yeah.
And I have a variety of friends as well. Mm-hmm. Like I'm gonna treat you the same regardless if like I could tell you're kind of like most people might perceive you as like weirder or something like that. I think that's a superpower. Like one of my best friends, he you would not expect him to be one of my like good friends, but he is like 100 pounds, like has like glasses. He has a stuttering problem. He's been on this podcast, and like it'll take him a while to like form a full sentence.
Yeah.
And like you could tell like some people might judge him for being that way, but like I just see him as a person, and he's actually like made a massive impact in my life. Like he got me really into reading. He got me into like personal development and like the idea, the concept of like improving yourself.
Yeah.
Like he made a massive impact in my life, and if I was closed off to him as a person because he stuttered and he was 100 pounds, because trust me, I received ridicule. This is a college buddy I made. I received ridicule from my friends. Like I took him to the fraternity house one time, and I remember, I'll never forget this, dude. I brought him into this room, and there were like 3 or 4 guys on the couch. And we just like, we're like, hey, what's up? How's everybody? And there was a guy that literally mocked him on the spot because he's like, hello, how's everybody doing? And then my like buddy like made a stuttering joke. And I mean, I wasn't like super good friends with the other guy, but anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like the fact that you're able to see people as people and not like with labels of like who they are, that's a superpower in my opinion. That can take you far because, like I said, like he brought out aspects of my personality and made me think new thoughts and develop new intentions. And he's like a very good, loyal friend. Yeah. Yeah. And that's really special because I feel like people in general, I don't know if this is human nature or what, but I feel like whenever you have like a plethora, like an abundance of options of people to hang out with, a lot of people like get cocky and get like too into themselves and get really narcissistic. Like, I'm the shit, I'm the best. Mm-hmm. And they don't take a step back and be like, I'm just a person.
Right,
you know?
Right.
They let that get to their head too much.
Yeah. And some of the best people are some of like the weirdest people. Like it's actually kind of sad that people can't experience like true like friendship sometimes because of how close-minded they are.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't experience some of the things that I'm experiencing because my eyes are more open than yours. If that makes any sense. Exactly. Yeah.
that's all it is. If you really think about it, like you throwing out the label of weird, whether you want to say weird's a good or bad thing. Mm-hmm. Like let's say you throw out the label of weird. Whenever I say something's weird, that makes it a bad thing. Therefore, I'm going to avoid it. Mm-hmm. What are you doing? You're limiting yourself.
Right.
Every time you're limiting yourself and you're saying, no, I can only hang out with this category of people. Uh-huh. Like I was saying earlier with relationships, like everybody bringing out a different side, a different aspect of your personality. There are parts of your personality that if you don't try out different people, you're never going to experience that side of you. So really, in a way, are you ever going to become your full self?
Right.
If you're limiting yourself.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't, That's pretty much like the best way you can put it, because most people just, like, I've met like so many people and a lot of them aren't, I don't know how to like say what I'm saying right now. I'm gonna be honest with you, but
no, I know exactly what you're saying.
Like, I'm trying to like explain it, but I can't. But if you understand what I'm saying, then I'm just gonna leave it there, because like I can't get it out. I guess like if you don't accept other people and you don't like let other people come into your life, then you won't be able to take like other things from them. I don't know how to like explain it, but I'm trying to like get it through. Like, my words, I can't do it.
Like you were saying with the engineering friends, like maybe you wouldn't have found out. This is just a really basic example, but like you would never have found out that you enjoy Uno. Because maybe you would have never tried it, but those friends introduce you to that thing.
Like, they opened up, I think, my sense of humor. Like, I think I got like a more intelligent sense of humor. I don't know if that makes any sense. But like after like hanging out with them for a while, I understood their jokes and like their mannerisms and like some of the things that they know, and like their knowledge like went on to me, because like over time I just kind of like understood what they were talking about.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Which like if you hang out with like more intelligent people and they're throwing out these like ideas, that idea could lead to another thought, which could lead to another thought, which could literally determine your destiny.
Right.
Who knows?
So yeah, just kind of cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Those are my favorite kind of people.
Yeah.
People that like, regardless of how many options they have for friends or whatever, like they see people as people and they're not like super judgmental.
Right.
I don't know. I was always very turned away from those people in high school.
Yeah, me too. I didn't like all the people who were all about the cliques and all about like their image, like their social image and stuff like that, and not being like weird or whatever.
Absolutely.
That was so annoying to me. So yeah.
And I feel like whenever you're like judgmental of like other people, you get more judgmental of yourself, which leads to more insecurity for yourself. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Like if you're constantly saying like this person sucks for this reason, then you're gonna think the rest of the world's thinking that way about you, and then you're gonna care more. Yeah. Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying, 100%. Because I've definitely gone through like phases like that, for sure. Like in high school, I guess, like not being a part of like the cool people. It was like, I don't want to be, but also like it kind of hurts that people aren't treating me like the same as people who they like respect because of their social status or whatever, you know? Say that one more time. So like people would treat me differently. I don't know how to explain it. Like, so I was friends with all these people, but I wasn't like a part of a group, so like I wouldn't be like invited to like a boat day or something, you know? Like it would just be different because I wasn't like a part of their group, and I wasn't a part of like I wasn't like as high as them in the social status, so I wasn't like treated the same as their friend. Do you think they like thought of you as lesser? I definitely feel like that happened at some points in high school, because like I can't think of a specific reason, like but I definitely feel like that did happen. Like I can't think of why, but I feel like it did. I don't know, but yeah. So yeah, that's about it. Yeah, it's pretty much, we just went off on high school. We just let Timberland High School happen. It deserves it. Which, by the way, Monty Ball went to our high school. Yeah, very true, he did. What's he doing though? Isn't he in the NFL? I heard he got kicked out for like, I don't know why. Did he give us a turf field first? Is that the reason why we have one? I don't think so. Oh. That'd be sick. That'd be dope. Because didn't he want to? I think so. Yeah. He wanted to do something for Timberland. Yeah. Oh well. I respect that, because I don't feel that sense of loyalty to Timberland at all. Like if I went on to become a professional soccer player, which was very highly likely, by the way. I'm just kidding. Like if I would have gone on and like been this awesome soccer player, so that I like, as much as I hated our field, I don't think I would have like cared. No, there's no way. Fuck those kids. There's no way. I do not like Timberland enough for that. I still hate going up there sometimes to like run. I'm like, geez. That's right. That's where I was running right before this. Oh really? Yeah. I go up there sometimes to run too, but. Yeah, I would never in a million years. I don't like that place enough for that. True. Plus, it's like, who are you really giving it to? You're just giving it to a bunch of strangers. Yeah, a bunch of kids who don't really appreciate it anyway. So yeah, but I think I have to go. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Wow, we went an hour and 48 minutes. That's my favorite part about this. Like, it feels like no time passed.
I know.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So I feel when I'm like playing a good soccer game or something.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Cool. Well, do you have anything else to say?
No. Thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Thanks for coming on. Thanks for supporting this. And
of course.
all that. Cool. Well, this is another episode. Bye.